Hello and welcome to Nintendo Pals Podcast, episode 76. Tonight, we are talking about the Nintendo Direct and Nintendo Switch Sports. All that and more. Well, hello, fellow Nintendo pals. My name is Andros, and I am the biggest Wii Sports fan in the world. And so I am a very happy gamer this week. A very happy gamer this week. But speaking of happy gamers, I'm also joined by my co-host, Micah.
Yep.
And Micah, how the heck are you doing?
I'm actually doing quite well after that direct.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a great time, I'd say. We're just gonna let the cat out of the bag here. There was no Metroid Prime 4 news, so we'll get that out of Micah's system now.
Nope. Yeah, the one downside of the direct.
I just want it to come, just so that you don't have to keep hoping. You know, every direct is like
I will probably cry on stream when they finally reveal some news. It will be a single tear out of one eye.
It's going to be very different than the reactions that I give to things I'm hyped about. Like, it's just going to cry one single manly tear.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
One very manly tear.
Yeah, I got to point out, it's going to be very masculine. Oh, man. I had something that I was like, I'm going to tell Micah about this on the podcast. And I can't remember for the life of me what that was. I had a story to tell you before we started. It had nothing to do with Nintendo.
So it wasn't that you wanted to stream playing through Metroid Dread on the Dread mode?
No, absolutely. That was not what I wanted to talk about. Nah. I'm like trying to think back through. Oh, I remember, Micah, because my life isn't that exciting. So there's only a couple highlights that I have to go through. So just going back in memory, I hit the highlight right away. Poutine. Have you tried Poutine?
I have not.
Have you heard of Poutine?
I have heard of it.
All right. Well, for the uninitiated, Poutine is I think it's originally Canadian, right? At least that's where it's famous. A dish that is potato, French fry type potatoes, covered in gravy with cheese curds in them. I know you're not a fan of cheese, Micah. So I mean, you could
lost me at the cheese curds.
Yeah, you go without it. Yeah, cheese curds. Have never been an appetizing thing to me. I'll say that. I think that
I feel like just curd. It's not a good name.
Yeah, yeah. But in Poutine, oh man, let me tell you. So what I did was I went to a food truck for breakfast. That was outside my work, and they had a breakfast poutine, and I was like, I've never had poutine before, so
let's... a poutine, not a good name either.
Let's try it. Let's try it. I've heard nothing but good things from the Nintendo Canadian podcast community. That's our buddies Justin Masson, Sean Capri, and many more. But they're the ones. They're the poutine champs. I think that I hear them talk about it more than anybody. And there's a reason they talk about it more than anybody, because that stuff is dang good. Poutine, I think my life has changed, Micah. I don't know. French fries with gravy, just give that a shot. Apparently, you can like order poutine at McDonald's in Canada.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, just
you're not
Canada?
that far from Canada. You're a hop skip from the border.
Farther than I'm willing to drive to get some poutine from McDonald's. If I'm being honest.
No, man. But
Poutine says Mark the Merchant.
Man, like it's you got to give it a try somewhere. Find a place that sells it, because my goodness, it was so good.
I mean, I do like actually I'm not that big a fan of French fries, but I do like potatoes. I do like gravy.
Yeah, so this was a breakfast poutine, so it also had a big fried egg on it, which actually was multiple fried eggs, but all in one blob. It was like the yolky kind, where you break it and it's got that nice egg
that's
yolk.
Gross. I don't like that.
Well, it mixed in with the gravy and was just so
Disgusting.
Good.
Oh. I like my eggs to be cooked.
I usually do too. I usually do too. I'm not a fan of yolky eggs normally, but in this, oh man, I don't know. Poutine is magic. It makes everything good. And it also
runny eggs is a deal breaker for me, no matter what.
It also had some breakfast sausage in there. So yeah,
nice low quality breakfast sausage or some actual good breakfast.
No, this was good. This was good. The whole thing was like so great. Such a good breakfast. So there you go. That's my life-changing event this week. I had poutine for breakfast.
It's an exciting life you've been leading.
Yeah. What's your breakfast routine like, Micah? Yeah, give us
I usually skip breakfast, actually.
Oh, really?
I don't like eating too soon after waking up.
I'm in the same boat, man. My breakfast usually ends up being more of a brunch. I don't eat until like 11. 10 or 11 is usually when I'm like, I should eat something.
It kind of depends on when I wake up, but I usually wait about like 3 hours or something.
After waking up?
After waking up, yeah.
Yeah, that's I'd say about the same time frame for me. But there you have it. I don't really have anything else exciting happen.
That was a story.
Yeah, it was a good story. I don't really have.
I'm happy for you.
Exciting happening. Anything new and exciting happening in your life?
Well, I keep getting shipment updates about Pokemon Legends, which has arrived, but they just keep telling me every day that the shipment has been delayed. So I'm wondering if I should like email them or something and tell them
maybe
I've actually received it already.
Maybe you're getting a second copy.
Oh, maybe.
Oh man, you roboted out. You roboted out real good there. You're back. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I don't know what you'd do with the second copy.
Yeah. Well, I'd play it after I beat the first copy. Duh.
Oh yeah, obviously. I'll speak to something new and exciting happening for you. A new camera is coming for you.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that because you mentioned it in the pre-show.
In the pre-show, yeah. So that is all thanks to the subscribers that we have over on Twitch. We were able to get Micah an upgraded camera. That'll be mucho nicer than the one he's using. And so, hey, you want to see Micah in high definition?
Downside, you'll see me more clearly. So.
If you want to see Micah in high definition, you can check out our Twitch channel. That's twitch.tv/Nintendo_, like an underscore, pals. Nintendo and underscore pals. And also on YouTube.
I mean, I've been holding off on it because I didn't want to steal too many of your guys' like girlfriends and whatnot, just because I'm so good looking. So let's get at there. I'll also definitely have to shave more.
Now we'll be able to see all of the whiskers.
I have like some pretty nasty looking goatee going on right now because I haven't shaved in like a week. You can't really see it.
I was mainly sharing as a transition to promote our YouTube channel, not exactly to promote Micah, but hey, here he is taking that opportunity to do that because shameless self promotion is what we're all about here at Nintendo Pals. And speaking of shameless self promotion, you should leave us a 5-star review because we'll give you a shout out here on the show. This is the first week for a while that we haven't had a 5-star review to leave. Reminder for anybody that didn't catch last week's episode. We are currently trying to beat our friends over at the Nintendo Shack for more reviews on our podcast. That's right. More reviews for us than the Shack. Because it's awesome. Nintendo Pals is great. Not that their show isn't great. Their show's pretty good, but we just need 5 more reviews, and we will be tied with them. So head on over to Apple Podcast. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, just drop down there and just leave that 5 stars. You can leave some written words, some "yup, pretty good" in that written zone, or you don't have to leave a written review. And if you don't want to leave a written review, but you do want to leave a review, you can also leave us 5 stars on Spotify and on Podchaser. That's what it's called, right?
That sounds right.
Yes. My goodness, my brain went totally blank there for a second. Podchaser, where we are one of the most top-rated Nintendo podcasts on Podchaser. Thanks to everybody who's left us reviews so far. So those are the spots: Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, Audible, and Spotify. Leave us a 5-star review. And I just want to point out some cool statistics here. We are only 99,886 subscribers away from 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. So, be sure to hop over to our YouTube channel. That's YouTube/Nintendo Pals, and give us a sub. Leave us a sub over there.
Act quick, and you might be one of the subs that pushes us over the top.
One of the lucky few on the way to 100,000. But in all seriousness, we are right now shooting for 1,000 subscribers on YouTube and 1,000 followers on Twitch, and we need your help to do that. So definitely leave us a follow, leave us a sub, do all those things. So Micah, while they're over there doing those things, just keep on listening. Head on over to YouTube and Twitch, leave us follows and subs, as we talk the first segment of our show, which is What You Playing. And Micah, why don't you just kick it right off here, because you already mentioned you've been playing some Pokemon.
Yep, playing quite a bit of Pokemon Legends, and I have really been enjoying it so far. I just unlocked the second area, but I have spent 7 hours just in the first area trying to max out my Pokédex and stuff.
Nice.
So I haven't actually even gotten that close to that, to be honest. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I just want to give a shout out to the animators who animated Hyper Beam, because they went hard on that.
Yeah, they did.
It's really caught me off guard. Some Cricketune.
Kamehameha, crazy Dragon Ball blast, right?
Yeah, with an explosion at the end. You're like, what in the world? How is my Pokemon okay?
Oh man, have you seen the GIF going around that's Snorlax using Hyper Beam on the starter?
Oh no,
he's got his starter out there next to an alpha Snorlax, and it's just just out. I think it shoots it out of its eyes. It's out of its face. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a lot of fun. There was one quest where some guy needed a Parasect, and the only one I had was an alpha. And in the cutscene, it was extra huge and alpha sized, and it just seemed extra funny to me because he's like, "Oh, what's that? Is it a mushroom?" And it's just this massive Parasect, and it turns around and he's like, "It's just a Pokemon," and it's right in his face.
I didn't
I'd be freaking out so hard.
That's a good idea. That is a good idea. Man, I should start just giving alpha Pokemon to all the people that are asking for Pokemon to help around.
Yeah, I wish I'd gotten the alpha Wurmple for that one guy.
Alpha Wurmples are terrifying in the wild. I have encountered one. I was like, what the heck? What the? It's just massive. That would be
even Bibarel, or however it's pronounced, is
horrifying to see in real life
as an alpha.
Big Doof.
Yeah, I did catch a Big Doof as well. Or a Big Doof. I don't know if there's a specific Big Doof.
Okay, but can we alpha Pokemon Snorlax as an alpha is how I picture Snorlax should be sized.
Yeah, kind of.
Regular Snorlax is too small.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the upper limits of the Pokemon are for some of the bigger ones, but maybe they just wanted to limit how easy it was to hit them or something. I don't know. Because you
Just need
can't really have them all be lifelike, especially if they have a whale lord somewhere, because it's like a football stadium or
or
something.
that Dunsparce.
Oh
6 feet
yeah,
long. Oh man, that'd be awesome. They should just all be
I would love that.
completely accurate to the Pokédex. That would be a game I would be all in on for sure. I'm all in on Arceus, but
Yeah, that would be cool.
part of the fun
Like,
is that the
until you
alpha
try to
Pokemon
catch
are
a Joltik or something.
yeah, part of the fun is that the alpha Pokemon are just massive. Like Rapidash was like one of the first alphas I caught. And it's just like it is huge. It is so big. You put that next to like any other Pokemon, and they are just like dwarfed. It's so fun.
Yeah, I actually scared myself throwing out an alpha Pokemon to knock down some berries from a tree. But I threw it out and then like turned to look at something else and turned back and forgot my Pokemon was an alpha, and I just saw this massive Pokemon in my face and about pooed my pants. Or I realized it was mine.
That's pretty great. So is that all you've been playing?
I guess besides that, before it arrived, Pokemon Legends arrived, I played some Dead Cells. So I've been enjoying that.
Nice.
Pretty fun.
That is an us type of game. Dead Cells.
Yeah, nice roguelike.
Yep. For me, I've also been playing Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I rolled credits. And
Nice.
so I have some bad news for me. I want to make a video on the different character connections. Like this is this character's ancestor for our YouTube channel. And so I was doing some research for that, and I accidentally spoiled a major plot point in Pokemon Legends Arceus. And let me tell you, I rolled credits, and I have not hit that yet. So it is a post-game spoiler. And for those that have hit that point in the game, they probably know what I am talking about. But it was a big twist.
That sounds pretty. I mean, that means there must be at least some pretty cool post-game content.
Yeah,
so.
I am in the post-game, and there's a lot to do.
Oh, nice.
It's a lot of like going and looking, like doing special side quests that will help you get to legendaries. So,
oh yeah, that makes sense.
let me tell you that final boss for the first credit roll. I don't know if there's a final boss for the second. I haven't spoiled anything beyond that big twist, but that boss fight was so awesome. It was so awesome, very well done, and I just had a lot of fun with it, and I was pretty surprised by what happened. So you're gonna love this, man. It's such a great game. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Are you enjoying the story elements at all?
I mean, so far the story's just been kind of okay. I haven't really done much in the story, to be honest. Mostly they start talking about story stuff. I'm like, let me just go out and catch some Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
But
I've heard a lot of people give that feedback. Everybody's like, I didn't like they didn't like the slow start. It's like a while before you actually get let loose in the wild. Yeah,
but I imagine the story will pick up some more. I'm definitely excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, I really like the story personally. I think I'm in the minority. I think most people are like, the mechanics are super fun and the story's kind of meh. Oh man, there were some moments in this game that just were like, what? They did this in a Pokemon game? Like what? It's not like anything crazy, but
It's not like youngling murdering and stuff.
yeah, no, it's. I mean, there's that one part at the very beginning where Cylene's like, "You will go out to do your trial.
Die in the wilderness."
Yeah, if you fail, you will be banished from the village, perhaps to your death. It's like, oh my gosh.
and you're like 15 years old or something.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little harsh.
Cylene's actually a really cool character. You'll she has her Groose moment. That's all I'll say. Redemption arc for Cylene. Yeah. Pokemon Legends Arceus. Fantastic game still. I do got to shout out our buddy Dan over at Retro Logic, whom I threw down the gauntlet. I said, Dan, I'm just going to be frank with you. You need to buy this game. Because he was super on the fence, and he was posting things on social media and was like, he's like, I don't know if I can trust the reviews, and like, what do you guys think? And I just gave it to him straight. Like, you're going to love it. And I am pleased to say that he's really enjoying it. I was like, I put it all on the line, so I would have felt really bad. But if you had any relationship with any Pokemon game in the past, and you enjoyed it, and you felt like the series got stale for you, or you kept up with the series, you're gonna like this game. Newcomers, people that haven't played the game before, I think this is the one to jump in on for sure. It's definitely the best one.
It might even be better than Pokemon Crystal. And that game had 2 of my favorite Pokemon.
You heard it here. If Micah is saying that, then this is a freaking good game.
It might be. I mean, I don't want to say anything too crazy.
Yeah. It's really good. I am saying that this is better than Heart Gold, Soul Silver, my previous favorite in the series. Anywho, that's what we've been playing. I also have been playing Clubhouse 51 games. Micah, you inspired me, and now I'm trying to master every game.
Nice. How close are you?
Let me tell you, you were talking about Renegade. Oh my gosh, this is the worst game to try and master.
It's impossible. It can't be done.
Are you still trying? Because I'm also still trying.
No, I cheated. I looked up someone and did exactly what they did.
Oh.
That is the only game I couldn't master. And not even close. I was getting absolutely smoked. I looked up all these strategies. I paid my dues. I learned all the strategies, what you're supposed to do and whatnot.
Yeah, it's hard.
Like the important points to protect, the spots you want to avoid.
I know
how you actually want
capturing
fewer
corners. Like that's the game. Like, okay,
that's how you know you're doomed. When they let you take a corner, you know it's game over.
Yeah. Did you get
they're about
into
to just smash you.
Did you get into these moments where you couldn't play anything and they just got to play like 10 turns in a row?
Oh yeah.
How did they
before
do
it happens,
that?
you see it coming like 2 turns before, but they'll have already painted you into a corner.
Yep.
And they go out, you have like 4 tiles. I think that was the worst I did. I had 4. And they had everything else.
And then you have to watch the animation. There's not a way to exit the losing animation where it counts all the pieces.
Oh yeah, and it's just so disheartening.
So you have to hit restart before that, or you suffer through that like 10 seconds of failure.
Yeah, it's brutal.
It's pretty bad. Bad. Some of the AI in this game is just ridiculously good.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, then in other games, I was just like, oh, I guess I mastered that. I just sort of brute forced it, like, and it worked.
Yeah, I think it's
Hare and Hound. Hare and Hound was one where it was like, I don't know what I did, but I won. So here we are.
Hare and Hound is not my favorite game because it like always gets to that point where you just have to move the piece back and forth. Or else you lose. If you're the one that decides to break the pattern, you lose. And computers never break.
Yep. Yeah. So those games have been a blast. And besides that, I've been playing a lot of Mario Party with my son. He's been really into Mario Party. So there is that. And pretty excited because it's coming up for his birthday. He is getting Miitopia.
Nice.
Yeah. He really loves the demo for that game, so I'm pretty excited for him to get that.
80% for him, 20% for you.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll play through that game. I mean, it's fun, but I'm definitely getting it for him, not for me. But it might be a fun one to stream. Might be a fun one to play on stream. maybe you and I can like hop on and like co-op it. Like we'll pick who the
all
characters are.
the crazy characters and how those turn out.
Yeah. There's some good moments to be had, some laughs. And that's what we've been playing. So let's head on over to the meat of this episode. Usually the meat is the community corner, but this week the meat is in the Nintendo news. And in today's Nintendo news, we're going to start with some not Direct related, not Nintendo Direct related news. The meat is in the Kirby, says Mark the Merchant in chat. That's yep. Thank you for that. Yeah, Kirby. We're gonna be talking about Kirby for sure. But first, let's talk about Square Enix Voice of Cards: The Forsaken Maiden, dropping February 17th. When did this game? I mean, this game just got announced, and it's coming this month. Didn't the last one just come out?
I think I looked it up at some point. I think it was only a difference of 4 months.
Dang.
When this one will release, it might have been just under 4 months, actually.
So they're cranking these out. And
I mean, they have to have done some work on it, like before the first one released, I would think.
Maybe they're working on
if it's in the exact same engine and whatnot, which I'm assuming it is.
It is,
might not take as long.
I mean, it's not a graphically heavy game by any means. It looks like one that would be pretty simple to pump out another game. I mean, the details in this are the writing and the voice actor. So,
yeah.
And I don't know if they picked the same voice actor. I can't remember if it was a different voice for this trailer. So there you go. If you liked Voice of Cards, sequel is coming. I don't know if it's a sequel or just another standalone story. So, yep. Nintendo Minute. We talked about how Nintendo Minute was shutting down. Kit and Krista both left Nintendo. They did an interview on IGN and elsewhere, I think, as well, where they talked about how the main catalyst for that was that the California Nintendo office was shutting down, and that's where they were based out of. And rather than up and move to the Redmond, Washington office for Nintendo, they decided to move on to new ventures. And among those new ventures is now a podcast. Now, we're not plugging another podcast on this. No, we do that all the time. We plug other people's podcasts all the time because we go out we have tons of podcasters on as guests. So Kit and Krista, if you want to come onto the show, because we know you're active listeners to this show, feel free to reach out. You know, we'll have you on here. But they're starting a new podcast on gaming stuff, which is pretty cool. It's cool that they're continuing to work together as a duo outside of Nintendo. And it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Like, will it be very different because they're not
bound
by the
Nintendo
rules?
News.
Yeah, well, they're not bound by the rules of Nintendo. You know, the like strict professionalism.
They can
a show like this
podcast now.
A show like this where you can just be chill, hang out, like say whatever you want. Like Micah is always talking about how great Metroid Prime 4 is and how awful Ocarina of Time is. Yeah, but you couldn't say that if you worked at Nintendo. You couldn't say that on an official show.
I think I could say the first half.
Oh yeah, yes.
Oh man, Metroid Prime is such a good game, and then Nintendo security just tackles me.
Maybe that is. Wait, maybe that is how it is. Since we never hear anything. Don't talk about Nintendo. Don't talk about Metroid Prime. I almost said Nintendo Prime.
Prime.
That's not the same thing. Yeah. So there's that. And then completely unrelated to any of that, in the news, we have a new character added to TMNT Shredder's Revenge roster, and that is Master Splinter. Not very surprising. Just give us Casey Jones.
I actually thought this had already been announced.
Yeah,
because I think so many people had
just assumed,
rumored about it. What is the word I'm looking for? But
yeah.
A lot of people have thought this was the case.
Yeah, just give us Casey Jones and you got the whole roster, I think. Right?
Yeah, I mean, they can't not have Casey Jones at this point, right?
Yeah. It would be weird if they had April but not him, because I don't know. Like, maybe it wouldn't be.
Yeah, I mean, it does seem kind of weird to me because, as far as I know, April's a reporter and doesn't particularly fight too much with the turtles.
Yeah, no, this is the first time.
Unlike Casey Jones.
So yeah, I'm pretty hyped for TMNT. We'll see if we can get a release date on that soon. Come on, Ninja Turtles. Go Ninja, go Ninja, go. And last bit of news before we deep dive into this Nintendo Direct. Minecraft 1.18.10 update. The update with frogs, y'all.
That's it.
That's the
just
big
adds frogs.
That's the big news. Yeah, so it adds new mobs and a whole bunch of bug fixes, stability. You know, the
not very exciting stuff that is also
necessary.
very necessary.
Yeah. Yep. You know it. Well, Micah, so I let's see how we gonna do this here. I am going to share my screen, and we are going to we'll have the Direct going in the background while we kind of go through and talk about our thoughts on the different things that happened during the Direct. And it was quite the stacked Direct, if I do say so myself.
I mean, quite a bit of it was like older games remade, but it seemed like they were remade very well. You know, some people aren't super excited about remakes. Generally one of those people, but I haven't played a lot of these ones they remade, so that's exciting for me.
Yeah, same. I think this one had like a whole bunch of stuff that I was like, oh, I'm actually pretty interested in trying that one out. So the Direct led with Fire Emblem, but maybe not what you thought. It's Fire Emblem Warriors.
Three hopes.
Like, what does that mean? Well, it's a tie-in with Fire Emblem Three Houses. And yeah, I mean, they are just going to town with the crossovers.
For real. But there have been so many.
Yeah, and they're like all Nintendo. I mean, they did do the one with Persona. But besides that, I mean, it's Hyrule Warriors. This is the second Fire Emblem Warriors game. I was thinking about this, and Three Hopes and Three Houses are so close together. I hope people don't get confused when they're going to try and find it, and it's like,
when it first popped up, I didn't even notice it say Warriors, and I just thought it was some like DLC for Three Houses.
Yeah, and then you saw the gameplay.
Oh,
and
yeah,
like,
look at that.
This is a Warriors game. What's happening? Yeah, I remember that in the Direct. You were like, wait, this is a Warriors game? Yep. So not the Fire Emblem maybe people were hoping for, but it's here, you know? And then we were given some more info on Advance Wars Reboot Camp. And that is a bundle of Advance Wars 1 and 2. This game is looking so good. The animation, like, oh, chef's kiss. Like, wow, they really went all out with the animation for this game. And they emphasized that there is voice acting for the characters. I don't know if that was in it before.
I haven't played the original, but it makes it sound like it wasn't.
No, like in it because they did do this at the Treehouse presentation. I don't think they had it other than in cutscenes, and it looks like it's now always like they have it for everything, but I'm not sure.
And they mentioned that you can build your own areas, I believe.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, a
they're showing
course
it now.
builder? Like, what? That seems like a lot of features.
I mean, yeah, this is the kind of remake I like to see.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it looks really good. I really do think that this one's going to be a phenomenal title overall. And then next up we had, what is this game called? No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
I can't remember. No Man's Sky. This was out of left field for me.
Oh yeah, this totally caught me off guard. I feel like some people had mentioned they're like, "Oh, I think No Man's Sky is coming," and I've always been like, "Yeah, I don't think so."
Do you think the footage they showed was Switch footage?
I would imagine so, but it does look quite good.
They didn't put on a like game footage not final. But yeah, it looks really good, but it also doesn't look too good. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't look to the point where like, I don't think the Switch could handle this. We did have someone in chat say, like, I can feel my frame rate dropping just watching this. It was like, yeah, this game is it's pretty fun. I have gotten a chance to try it on our buddy Oso. He had it on PlayStation, so yeah, No Man's Sky. I'm interested in picking that one up.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye on that. Hopefully, it'll go on sale so I can afford it.
Yeah, because your wallet's hurting with all these games coming out, like
real.
Mario Strikers, which was next on the list, and we're watching through the amazing intro cutscene that they showed for this game.
I've been waiting for this game for so long. I think I looked it up like 2 weeks before they revealed this, and it was like 2007 or something.
Yeah, this is like. This was a big deal. I think this was one of if you're looking for like a pulse online, this was like the best announcement for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think this is probably my top announcement. Because I've been waiting so long for it, and I kind of just assumed it was never happening at this point.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird because we really didn't feel like a lot of these sports games were coming, and then they did. I don't know why. It's we had the gap with the Wii U where there just wasn't a lot of titles in general, and so you kind of thought like, okay, well, they're gone. Like they're not. You're not going to see these resurface. Although we did have a tennis game on the Wii U, which was not super great, but then Switch. I mean, we're getting everything. All we're missing now is sluggers, right? Like there's not another sports. I guess Mario Hoops, but that was a standalone, like that was a DS title, and they
I'm just so distracted watching the gameplay again.
Yeah, first,
like they're showing now up to 8 players locally. I don't have that many friends locally, but that's real cool.
Is it up to 8 players online? I couldn't tell if that was the case.
Yeah, I don't know, actually.
But online clubs is definitely a thing, and that you can have up to 20 people in a club, and that is awesome. This is what we want for Mario sports titles. Because, I mean, something like this would be awesome in Mario Golf. Like, you have a golf club, and you can work your way up.
Well, that's how you hit the ball. Match. You use your golf club. Common goal achieved.
Yeah, this...
We can stop the episode now. We're done. We've peaked.
So that's Mario Strikers Battle League. I'm very excited for that one. I think that's probably my number 2 announcement. So we'll you know what my number 1 is.
Oh yeah, I know your number. I forgot.
I liked all the armor and stuff that they had that your characters could get. Well, it was very weird.
You need it.
Yeah, it was very not Mario feeling. But that was, I mean, it's cool to see them break out of the like standard, this is what the characters look like. Because Strikers is just a grittier look to the Mario series as a whole. I mean, they were just beating each other up in there. Mario kicked Luigi in the head, threw him into an electric
It's why we
fence.
don't need like a Nintendo wrestling game besides like Smash Bros, which is just straight fighting. Because we already got, between Smash Bros and all their sports games, you got enough mayhem. Beat 'em ups.
Speaking of mayhem, next up in the direct, they showed us Splatoon 3 with the Return of Salmon Run. And it looked really fun. Looked super fun. Showcased several bosses, like Fish Stick Boss, and there was like a dolphin that throws rings down. And then there's like giant fish monster thing.
Yeah, it gave me
Flipper
some kind
Flopper,
of
that was the dolphin's name.
Vibes. It's like a chicken fish.
Yeah. So this is a mode that I think I will really enjoy. This will be my first time in the Splatoon series, besides playing on other people's systems. So I'm excited to give this mode a try. And they didn't say, but like Salmon Run in Splatoon 2 was not a permanent mode, if I recall correctly. It was cycled through with several other modes, but this makes it seem like it's going to be a big deal, like it's going to be a permanent thing, and I hope that's the case.
Yeah, since essentially this is all they talked about, I think it's a more permanent mode.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to Splatoon 3. And next up, we had I've got my notes pulled up here. Front Mission Remake. Oh, Front Mission Remake. And I had not heard of this game before. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, that's how I feel about most old school remakes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like I was like I don't know what this is. But we had LPD watching along with us in the chat, and he was pretty hyped for this. This is a really cool strategy tactical game where you go grid-based battle system, but then in the actual battles you aim where you shoot the other mechs. It's kind of cool mechanic. And yeah, so this is a remake remaster. Is this Square Enix? I believe it's a Square Enix remaster.
They mentioned the first one's like now, and the second one coming soon.
Yep, coming in the future. And then after that, they showed one that I actually am excited for, giving a try here, and that is Disney Speedstorm. And it's by Gameloft, and they're the guys behind the Asphalt racing series. And so it actually looked really good. It didn't look like a cheapo knockoff kart racer game. It looked like an actually decent racing game.
Yeah, like some effort clearly went into it instead of just trying to push a Mario Kart clone.
Yeah, this isn't Garfield Kart. You know what I'm saying? Like this isn't a cheap cash grab. This is like an actual cool title, and it's free to play. I would not pick this up. I wouldn't pick this up.
Cooler.
But because it's free to play,
I don't know.
I'll give it a try.
Many people would, because Mario Kart's so dominant in this kind of style of racing.
Well, if you ask my son what his favorite announcement was in the Direct, that was his favorite announcement. He's pretty excited. My kids love Mickey Mouse. Did you ground him? Did I ground him? Did I disown him? No. But speaking of Mickey Mouse, new Star Wars game. Yeah, because Disney owns Star Wars now. Yeah, it was a good transition. Force Unleashed. It's not a new Star Wars game. It's an old Star Wars game. I believe this is the Wii version of this game being brought to the Switch. So I'm sure it'll be cheap, like $15-$20. And you can play The Force Unleashed. And people really like this game. It was highly revered. I'm surprised they went with the Wii version of it and not like the Xbox version, which would be a graphical improvement, and the Switch can handle that. You know what I mean?
But it's got the motion controls.
Yeah, but we need those motion controls.
Heck yeah, we do. How dare you suggest otherwise with your tone?
Hey, my favorite announcement requires motion control. So I am a motion control proponent. I'll just tell you that. And then the majorly rumored and leaked Ezio Collection was shown off. I probably won't pick that one up, but it's cool that it's here.
Yeah, I've played a couple Assassin's Creed games, and I kind of feel like I've played them all now.
It's an accurate way to describe Assassin's Creed. And then they showed this Gundam game that just looks so bad. I'm sorry, I didn't think this looked good at all. Like I was like,
they look so like cutesy, kind of.
Yeah, this
instead of real intimidating.
That was like the one trailer in the direct that I was like, I am not even remotely interested in this. But I know you are remotely interested in this next announcement, and that is Chrono Cross coming to the Switch in a remaster port. It's not really a remaster. It's graphically improved, enhanced.
Keeping some of the like art style nostalgia factor.
Report. That's Mark in chat says report. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. It looks like a PlayStation game, like an old school PlayStation title, which is where it's from. But there was a mode where you can turn off enemy encounters. Not sure how exactly that works, but maybe I'd play through it like that because I just
never fight anything.
Yeah, just get to hear the story. Yeah, and then they had this.
Does that also include like boss fights? Or are you just gonna be like?
I don't know. Even like how do you level? How do you level up? It's an RPG. It also included Radical Dreamers, which was exclusive to. Gosh, what was the system?
Good question.
I don't remember. Like a system nobody had. Someone in chat maybe can save me on what system that was. But yeah, it was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And that's sort of the tie-in with Chrono Trigger. Because Chrono Cross is very standalone and not really tied to it, but it is tied to it.
Yeah.
And then we got
to the first one, really enjoyed it, so decided to try out Chrono Cross.
And then we got to the internet breaking announcement of Kirby and the Forgotten Lands. And that wasn't it. We knew Kirby and the Forgotten Lands was coming, but Kirby can eat, like,
not actually eat,
huge objects now.
Just holds them
like a car.
But his arms are so small, he has to use his mouth to hold them.
It's Kirby. It's Kirby. If you're watching the video version of that, Kirby is there. Boom. Yeah, he's like, Kirby doesn't look comfortable.
No, it looks painful.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Kirby should be able to stretch like that, but there he is. He is completely covering the whole car. And it's not just cars he's eaten. He's eaten vending machines. He's eaten gliders. He's eaten light bulbs.
Yeah, the most dangerous of all, I would say, are light bulbs, because you gotta be careful with that it doesn't break in his mouth or something.
Yeah, Solo Something says, talk about biting off more than you could chew. And this is called Mouthful Mode. Great name. I think it's pretty funny.
And all the names are just right on the nose. There's
vending mouth, cone mouth.
I think you can guess what he is holding in his mouth when he uses those abilities.
Scissor lift mouth. See, that just doesn't look like that is healthy.
Ring mouth.
Light bulb mouth and arch mouth. That's the glider. Yeah.
Oh, but water balloon mouth. That looks awesome.
That does actually look pretty fun. And it looks very Mario Sunshine-esque.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then it also showed off that you're going to have like this town building aspect to this game, where as you rescue more Waddle Dees, you'll build up Waddle Dee Village, and there will be spots to like upgrade copy abilities, which is a pretty cool feature. I believe that was previously in other games, but I haven't played those games, so this is new to me.
It's practically brand new then.
Yeah, like the abilities increase in range and power. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I am very excited for this game. This game is very much looking like Mario Odyssey 2. But it's Kirby.
But with more eating.
Yeah. Actually, kind of, it doesn't look quite as open as Mario Odyssey. I'd say this is more like 3D world.
3D world, yeah.
It looks a lot more like a 3D world title. And, yeah. Mike, are you picking this one up? You planning on picking this one up?
Oh, I'm definitely planning on picking this one up.
It's weird. Neither of us are like Kirby guys, but here we are.
I was pretty big into Kirby for a couple games, especially Kirby Air Ride.
Oh man,
kind of
we'll get back to Kirby Air Ride. We got a question that ties to that, I think, for Community Corner. And then next up we had what is this called? MLB The Show, with the greatest voice over of any game.
The perfect synchronization.
No. I was talking about the puppet that does the voiceover.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, "Hey, man, you want to play some baseball?" He's got like a very like New Yorker, but like real deep voice, like deep
it
old
almost
man
sounded
New Yorker.
Not very interested to me, if I'm being honest.
He's like, "All right, we're here to play some baseball, you know. We got the baseballs." The game doesn't look phenomenal, but it looks pretty good.
It seems good if you like more realistic baseball games.
But if you're wanting a more realistic baseball game, this is going to look way crisper on other systems. But it has cross-platform progression, cross-platform play, and this puppet. This puppet is here. Why? Is he the mascot for the Angels? I've never seen that character before.
I just assumed he was a Muppet.
We just brought a Muppet in to announce that one, just for fun. And then we got reminded that the Kingdom Hearts cloud versions are out, or at the time they were releasing tomorrow, but those are now out. I will probably check out Kingdom Hearts 3 at some point, but I don't think this is going to sell super well. The reception for this has been very, very negative online.
People are still hesitant about cloud.
I think this case, everybody goes, you could have done it on Kart, especially for the first and second game. And I agree. I think having cloud versions of those was a mistake, but it seems like kind of a cheap moneymaker. They're hoping to just make something, you know. And then we were graced with Klonoa, which
one of my favorite childhood games that I have played so much in the past.
Yeah, neither of us have played this game. I know nothing really about Klonoa.
To be honest, I'd never even heard about it.
Oh, really? I know it's.
Yeah,
I know
I
it's
have
really.
No idea.
I know people really like Klonoa, so yeah, that's exciting. Really cool to see that coming. And then another out of left field to me, Portal, the companion collection, which is coming with the first and second game, and will have online multiplayer.
It's cool. Yeah, it seems like a good fit for the Switch, because it seems it's a game that you could easily play on the go somewhere, but I also did not see it coming.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun playing Portal 2 multiplayer. Was that with you, or was it? I think
I played through. I think a couple times.
Yeah,
so
we traded off because it was you, me, and it was on Lincoln's system, so we would trade off who was playing. And Portal. If you haven't played that game before, which I haven't played the original, and I didn't play the single player campaign, so I think I'm going to be picking those ones up. I'll definitely play through the co-op with my wife. I think that's a fun game for us to do together, a puzzle solving game. It's so unique. Definitely considered one of the greatest games of all time.
Yeah,
Speaking of one of the greatest games of all time, though, the next announcement. You remember this called?
Live Alive?
Yes. Live Alive. When this came on, I was like, I feel like I should know what this is, and I have no idea what this is. And the reason I have no idea what this is because it's previously Japan exclusive. Also, another Square title. Square was like dominating this direct. They're everywhere. But it looks so good. So
yeah, I was definitely getting Chrono Trigger vibes.
So yes, the team that went on to make Chrono Trigger made this game originally. So like some members of that team went on to make Chrono Trigger, and it feels like a mix of Chrono Trigger and like Octopath Traveler. That's what it looks like. I mean, because of the engine, but also because of the gameplay element of all these different stories, and then they connect together at the end. But it has that Chrono Trigger time period shifting,
jumping and stuff. Yeah,
I want to go. I want to go back and I know in the video of this because I did look into this game a little bit more. Per Schneider of IGN, like this is his game, man. So he put like a big old explanation post out on Twitter on like why this is a big deal. Like this is one of the coolest RPGs of its era, and it never got localized. So to see this game coming over and get localized, and it's not only unique in that you get to play these different stories from different time periods, but the games themselves play differently in those. They use similar formats, but you've got a gun character that focuses on like shooting fire type gameplay. There's platforming. There's tactical fighting. There's turn-based fighting. It's very big and ambitious. So very surprised that
like it seems like a nice sampling of a lot of different game styles.
Yeah,
and mechanics.
And this 2D HD engine just looks so good. Everything in the like I'm not tired of this, which is surprising because they are kind of overdoing it. You'd think. I think this is the 4th game they've announced on this engine, but it just looks so good. It just looks so good that you can't really be upset that they're doing all these on like the exact same art style.
Yeah, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So
because
people get tired of it.
Those 8-bit graphics just look so good still. They hold up, and then you put it in that pop-up. And then Micah, came the
worst part of the direct.
Oh, stop!
Some people's
I'm not going to do this for Metroid Prime 4, so you can't do it for my favorite game, the game I really wanted.
You can't. I mean, I was just giving you a hard time, but you can't compare Nintendo Switch Sports to Metroid Prime 4.
Wait. I have been asking for this game almost every episode of this show. I think that's pretty comparable to your attitude towards Metroid Prime 4.
It's just different. One of them is a really good game,
and the other one's Metroid Prime 4. I beat you to your own joke. They're both good games. They're very different games. I'm not going to try and compare quality scale because they are just so different. But I am
Metroid Prime 4 is...
I am so excited for this.
Quality.
I didn't think this was actually going to come. I thought it makes sense to do this, to make a sequel to Wii Sports somehow, but I thought we're not going to see it because...
Yeah, I assume with how long they took that it just wasn't going to happen.
I went back and watched the video reaction, and my goodness, I didn't know that I screamed like such a little girl. And I mean, that hype is 1000% real. This is my most anticipated title for Switch that I didn't know was coming. You know, like I've no sarcasm, no joking, been asking for this like every single episode of Nintendo Pals because I think Wii Sports is a fantastic game. I love Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. And so
is it as good as Nintendo Land?
I think it's that same energy. I think I would say I would kind of put them in the same sort of sphere. They're like those me games that are fun party titles. Yeah, I mean, if we get Nintendo Land 2, I think at that point the Switch library is perfect because we're getting Prime 4 at some point. You know, like I'm not omitting Metroid Prime 4 from but I mean Nintendo Land 2 and you've got the perfect library. They don't need anything else.
Oh, yeah.
But all the games that they announced, we're getting bowling back. We're getting tennis back. Sword play. And then all the rest were new sports. Volleyball, badminton, and soccer. Is it just 6 sports? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think
for
so.
now.
Just the 6.
Oh yeah, right here in the video portion here, Micah and I both spotted that there are extra buildings. There are extra buildings that I'm pointing with my arrow, but you can't see it. But on the right side of the map, there were 2 extra buildings that don't have a thing over them. Meaning, are we getting more stuff? They did specifically say that we're getting golf coming in the fall. Surprised that's not there at launch. I wonder if that's like a calculated decision to release the game and kind of trickle feed things to keep people
interested.
Yeah, keep people interested. I mean, they've been doing that more. I mean, like Mario Golf had that same kind of thing. Still has that same kind of thing. You can get character costumes by playing the competitive modes each month. But I mean, I don't know what to say, man. Like, I'm so excited. I can't believe this is real.
I guess I kind of just wish there would have been more things.
Wii Sports Resort had a way bigger roster. 100%.
Yeah, because they took one thing from Wii Sports Resort and also left out a few things from Wii Sports. So
yeah,
like the frisbee stuff was fun.
Yeah,
throw in some archery as well.
Yeah, maybe we'll get frisbee though. I mean, like we're getting golf, so frisbee golf just makes a whole bunch of sense.
It wouldn't be that difficult to just add in as like an option for golf to make it frisbee golf or something like that.
Yeah, but I think Wii Sports Resort is like might be my favorite game on the Wii. I think it's that good. I mean, the amount of time I put into getting all of the like badges, because there was like achievements for every single game. Did you do the archery?
Those were fun.
Yeah,
you have to hit
the secret
fruits
targets.
And things.
Yep.
Can't remember if they all fruit or not.
And then there was Swordplay had a standalone mode. I hope they have that in this, where it's like battle and you're going through and taking out computer players. The music for that was like so epic. It was like showdown at sunrise. Yeah, it's good time. They also did a pretty long segment, Let's Play Volleyball, with the 2 hosts.
Yeah.
I love how Izumi comes out with like a jersey that says Nintendo Switch Sports #1. I want that.
He's
outfit.
Ready to play.
I want that outfit. I need it. I think that will become like the Andros official uniform for Nintendo Pals. I'm so excited for this game. It just looks so fun. It's got the elements of Wii Sports that I loved, you know.
Watching them play the volleyball just makes me want a full on like Mario volleyball game. Cool abilities.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying out the volleyball, trying out the soccer, but there's also that bowling battle royale. Like where
they finally did it. They made their battle royale game.
Finally battle royale bowling. So we have bowling on Clubhouse 51 games. Have you tried the motion controls for that?
I have not actually.
It's garbage. It's fine. Really? It's serviceable. It's not Wii Sports. So I really hope they nail this down. And we'll get a little sneak preview. Because they have a online playtest happening next weekend, February 18th through the 20th. So keep in mind, for anybody listening that wants to participate in that, you do need to have a Nintendo Switch Online membership. The trial for that does count. And you actually do have to sign up. There's slots for times to play. I don't know if you can sign up for multiple slots. I will definitely be attempting to do that, so I'll keep you guys posted on if I get that in. If you want to stay up to date on how that's going, and if we can stream it, I'm definitely going to stream it. That will be happening all over on our Discord and also on Twitch. So yeah,
and they have 3 sports that you can play, which are the bowling, chambara, and tennis. So none of like the new stuff. You have to wait to get the game for that.
That's interesting. I didn't even notice that. You are right. Then a couple like small details. The physical version of the game will come with a leg strap, so you can play soccer by like actually kicking. Well, okay,
they'll add in full functionality to just regular soccer at some point. I think they said when, but I don't remember.
Yeah, that was coming soon, and then again, golf will be added in the fall. So there you go. That's Nintendo Switch Sports. Okay. I have been maybe a little bit overzealously talking this game. If you are not excited for this game,
maybe just a little.
If you're not excited for this game, you can have some of my hype. I have enough to spare for any naysayer. Because I've heard people say, like, Nintendo Switch Sports, is that going to sell really that well? I mean, it was a pack-in. That's why it sold super well. And then the game, the original...
Like familiar things.
Yeah. Wii Sports Resort came with the Wii Motion Plus controller. So, like, is that why that one sold so well? Because it came with a vital accessory? No, it's because these games are fantastic games, guys.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you can say that about sports. You like the original Wii Sports, you literally like had to have a Wii Sports.
Yeah. I think that it's going to sell well just on the premise of nostalgia, right? Like everybody had it. And so now you can sell it. Right? It's like it's the classic bait and switch. They're like, first one's on the house. And now we've got you. And that's definitely the case. I mean, Wii Sports Resort with the Wii Motion Plus bundle sold like 20 million plus copies. And the Switch now has a bigger user base than that. I think this game is going to sell 20 million units. I do. I think it's going to be up there in the top 10.
Yeah, like Mark the Merchant says, he's a little worried about it living up to its amazing legacy, which I feel kind of the same, because I feel like at least Wii Sports Resort had more content to it.
Yeah, I think it will live up to its legacy because of the improved online features and just overall improvements. But there's something different about the Joy-Con versus the Wii Remote. Like the Wii Remote, has some meat on its bones, you know? So you'd swing that, no problem. It seems like the Joy-Con, it's a little too sensitive, so if you swing too hard, it like really messes stuff up. The motion controls, like in Skyward Sword, for example, aren't always super accurate. Like you don't have a sensor bar to help like keep things stable, right? We'll see. I have high hopes, and I think it'll deliver, at least for me. But will it deliver for everybody else? We will see. Next up, we had Taiko no blah, 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 whatever this game's called. That drum game. Taiko no Soon. It's a rhythm game. Taiko no Tatsu Rhythm Festival. It looks pretty fun.
Yeah, that's exactly how it's pronounced, I'm sure.
It looks pretty fun. It's going to have, I think, cool features. It's going to have Megalovania in it. Speaking of which, like, totally random fun fact here. Live Alive has the song that inspired Megalovania. I think it was called Megomania. And Toby Fox made Megalovania and named it specifically after that for his mother ROM hack. So like Earthbound ROM hack that he was working on that eventually became Undertale. So there you go, like one of the most famous gaming songs ever, Live Alive inspired. It's gonna have fantastic music, by the way. I've heard really good things about the soundtrack over there.
Because it has dancing dogs. So.
Oh, I was talking about Live Alive, but yes, this game will also have fantastic music.
Drum game.
Taiko no Tatsu de Jabajua. Yeah. I'm probably offending so many people pronouncing the title. It's also going to have a Zelda, the Zelda theme in it. And that was our Zelda news for this Direct, as Micah pointed out while we were watching. Yeah. Yeah. You have anything else you want to say about this? I think this is a game you would like, but you probably aren't going to pick this up. Our wallets are already hurting.
Yeah. That's pretty accurate.
I don't think we're going to be able to afford like B-tier games, you know? This isn't a B-tier game. I'm saying like B-tier buys for us personally.
Yeah. Maybe if there weren't so many other games coming out.
Yeah, speaking of which, Triangle Strategy, fantastic name. Anybody who wants to down on that name, like, get out of here. so bad that it's good. that's how it is.
Classic Untitled.
They keep showing this game, and I am trying to convince myself not to get it, but they just are like,
don't get it, Andros. Did it help?
No, it doesn't, because
it's probably not that good.
Look at how gorgeous this game looks.
Yeah, it has triangles in it and stuff. That's gross. Listen, geometry.
They are giving us another demo for this game. Another one. They already had a demo, which was like random point in the middle of the story. Now you're going to have a playable prologue, which goes all the way up to chapter 3, which I think is a good chunk of time in the game.
Do we know how many chapters there are? Are there like 150?
I believe the previous one was like chapter 9, and that felt like sort of like very beginning game still. Oh man, I need to try out the demo for this, and I just gotta convince myself not to get it, and that's why I'm gonna go try the demo.
No, the demo's not very good, I guess.
It looks really good. And then more details on Cuphead. Delicious Last Course DLC. Get it? Do you get it?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Words.
Cuphead's a fantastic game, so this is going to be a fantastic DLC, I think. It's just more Cuphead. But you know what rhymes with Cuphead? Metroid Dread.
Metroid Dread?
Yeah, Metroid Dread's getting a free update. You want to talk to this one, Micah? You're the Metroid Dread.
Oh yeah,
guy.
It's Metroid Dread, and I bet it's gonna be real good.
It's
not really adding too much. It's adding 2 difficulty modes, plus a boss rush, I guess. But it's adding Dread mode, where one hit just kills you. No matter what hits you, you die. I don't know how that affects environments. You walk into like a cold room and you just instantly die.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
But and then they're also adding a rookie mode, which I think I don't remember exactly how they said about it. It has like health regeneration or something a little bit. You just take less damage.
Requests in chat. Are you streaming Dread mode next Thursday, Micah?
I wondered. I thought about that. I've had a few suggestions. Some people wanted me to stream Pokemon Legends Arceus. I wasn't sure if I was going to continue my Paper Mario or maybe play some Dread.
You're getting the new camera. You're getting the mic stand. I think we get 2 days of Micah streaming next week. Maybe all week. Every night. Micah streams every night. That's what the people want. They're like, we're done with this Andros guy. Just give us Micah streams.
It might maybe be what the people want, but every night is probably not what the people will get.
The honesty here at the Nintendo Pals podcast is unheard of. Yeah.
It also says, you saw that and thought to yourself you had to do it. Talking about the dread mode, and heck yeah, I will definitely be doing that dread mode.
Yeah, I mean, I saw this and I was like, oh, Micah's doomed. He has to play this. Like, this is specifically to punish you. Like the developers,
run, which is essentially a one shot kills you because you don't pick up more health.
Right, but the developers were like, you know what? Mike is always telling Andros to play all these like super painfully hard games. Let's give him a taste of his own medicine and give him this mode that's like, well, if you don't beat it like this, then you're not a true Metroid Dread fan. You know what I'm saying?
I think we both have to do it.
Oh, absolutely
Probably at the same time. A duo stream where we're both playing through.
I might agree to that. I'll play on rookie mode and you play on Dread mode.
We'll see who finishes faster. Dread mode.
We got to showcase both. We got to showcase both.
And I guess it comes in two parts. The second part being the boss rush,
which comes in April. Yeah, we won't have time for that. It's going to be Wii Sports time in April. Woo! That comes out in April, by the way. I haven't been saying the release dates on these. My bad, everybody. But, like, these games are all coming out soon. Like, this year. Speaking of soon, Shadow dropped Earthbound on the SNES Online app and Earthbound Beginnings on the NES app. From what I have heard, Earthbound Beginnings is pretty skippable. It's very similar to Earthbound, and Earthbound's the better of the two. They follow very similar plots and everything, but Earthbound is better overall. It's like Pokemon Crystal to Pokemon Red. I don't know. That might not be a good comparison.
Yeah, well, what are you trying to say here? Pokemon Red is garbage and Pokemon Crystal is way better?
No, I was just trying to say that, like, just play one. You don't need to play both of them. Play the newer one, I think. I mean, it has Kanto in it. Like, it's that game and more.
Look how fast that train moved.
You and I both need to try this out. I haven't played Earthbound before, and I've heard really good things. I think it's one I would enjoy.
Yeah, I played through on the Wii Virtual Console.
Oh, you have played the game?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, this is just me then. I need to play Earthbound.
Yeah, you hooligan, always missing out on these great games.
This one's inexcusable because I had a Super Nintendo, but like Earthbound wasn't popular when it was first out. The cult following that has sprung up around Earthbound and Mother as a series has grown way bigger than the game itself. You know? Give us Mother 3. There's hope.
Never happened.
There's hope. I mean, the rest of the series is on here now. And then we had this montage of games. Nothing I'm particularly interested in, but they had Demon Slayer. What was
There's a zombie shark. I don't remember the name of the game. Had a 4 in it, I believe. Zombie Army 4 Dead War.
And I cannot pronounce this. Getsu Fumadin?
Undying Moon?
Yeah, I can pronounce that part.
I'll say that part for you.
Yeah. This is the part where you get to like take a nice breather from all the like barrage of amazing announcements we've got. I mean, they already won. They had Nintendo Switch Sports in here, right? Like I was like, my heart rate after seeing Nintendo Switch Sports. I didn't even talk about this, Micah. I got to go back. We've spent so much time talking about Nintendo Switch Sports, but I don't care because I need to explain the roller coaster that I went through because I was like so excited, so over the top pumped. And then they show the gameplay and they're not Miis. What are these? These are not Miis.
I remember you were very disappointed.
I was extremely disappointed because I love Miis. Like I think they're super fun. I'm sad that Nintendo hates them now. Like I don't know what the deal is. But worry not because as was shown later on in it when Koizumi popped in to play, they had Mii heads. You can see it here.
I mean they do have arms now.
They're on the same bodies as the other characters, which look To me, they look kind of generic. People, but it's growing on me. It's growing on me. Everybody else seems to be like, yeah, that's fine. I like how those look. But I don't know. There's just something iconic and charming about them.
You're just too stuck in the past.
I am. I'm an old man.
It's time to move forwards.
Koizumi and Takahashi are representing the old man generation by using Mii heads instead of these new Leo Naomi heads, you know? That's the PCs that they played against. But, like, I hope that you can just turn them all to Miis. That would be cool. This is for like the young kids, you know. They're gonna make their fancy new not Mii characters, and I'm just gonna be over here enjoying my old man ways.
Yeah, but the newer ones, you probably can't move their like mustaches and eyebrows and eyeballs around to make really weird pictures.
True, so that
they're missing out. Unless you can do that, maybe that's a possibility.
The thing is, I thought Miis were dead. Like they weren't, like they hid them in the UI.
They're on life support.
But then Miitopia came out with an enhanced Mii Maker.
Well, that's true. There were a lot of crazy Miis.
A really cool enhanced Mii Maker. And I just thought, like, all right, like they're coming back. Why didn't they use that? like they have the whole thing made in a different game. Just bring that on over. But who knows? Who knows why they did that? I guess they're like, you know, Miis are what killed the Wii U, as was coined by our buddy Justin Masson. I don't believe it. I believe that Miis are not to blame. Hashtag justice for Miis. Let's get that trending on Twitter. Lego games
alone, I guess.
Lego games, which is like Lego Smash Bros. Apparently has been out on Apple Arcade for a while. 2 Point Campus was another thing in the montage here. I'm not interested in anything from the montage personally.
Yeah, I won't be picking any of those up.
And he's like, all right. Next, we have news for Mario Kart fans. We know you all are super excited about Mario Kart. You're like, oh yeah. They're like, that's why we have planned Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC. I'm like, what? What? Awesome. It's pretty cool. Because, like, okay, Mike, can I say that in the reaction, you said it's 8 courses over 6 waves. And I took that in my brain. And you can see it if you go back and watch our live reaction. I look very confused because I'm like, why are they only releasing... So why are they releasing
I misunderstood that at first as well. When I said that, I was like, why is it only 8 tracks over like 6 waves?
Like,
that's
what
terrible.
Are they doing? Like, yeah, they're like 2 in this one, 2 in this one, and then 1 for... No. We are so naive. We are so naive, Micah, because
8 Grand Prix or something. Whatever you want to call it.
8 courses per 6 wave. 8 per wave. With a total of...
I think 2 of them actually come with more. I could be wrong. I can't remember exactly what the release was like. No, I guess it was
48 courses.
Which is a lot.
I watched...
and proof that Mario Kart 9 will not be coming anytime soon.
It is Mario Kart 9. 48 courses? That's another game. How many courses are in the base game?
Like 6. I have no idea.
Like 6 total. I'm trying to think. There's 4 regular cups, 4 special cups.
Special. And they each have 4 in them.
Plus
this
the
is
DLC,
like more than double, isn't it?
Plus the DLC for Mario Kart 8 from the Wii U. So yeah, I think this is more than double.
It's a pretty respectable amount of courses.
Yeah, I mean, and they've already shown we're getting Coconut Mall. we're getting several courses from the mobile game.
Or Mario Kart Tour.
Yeah. So, Choco Mountain, Tokyo Blur,
Oh, that's a tour. Yeah, I was like, I don't remember that one.
Waluigi Pinball. When are we getting that? That's like one of the best courses ever. I just need the music.
I have no recollection of that course.
Oh, you will. If you hear the music, you'll be like, oh, yeah. And so this is the Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pass, which comes with 48 courses for $25 USD.
So, or per course is pretty cheap.
Or, Micah. Or it's free.
Wow.
If you have the expansion pack. And here, my friends, is why we did not get Mario Kart 8 9.
What?
Here is why we did not. Here is why we did not get Mario Kart 9. Because this was a business decision to push the expansion pack. 100%. Like,
I got excited. I was like, "Oh man, I'm gonna get that for free." And then I remembered I don't actually have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Micah, I think it's time. I think it's time that you bought this game. I think at this point they're doubling the courses. It's a new game. You gotta hop on the bandwagon that is the Mario
I've
Kart.
held off this long though. Yeah. I feel like at this point it's a matter of pride. Can I make it until the next Mario Kart game?
Do you think they'll do any sort of sale on Mario Kart? Like, this game's been out forever. It was a packing game. That's how I got it. I got it because I got the Switch bundle.
Yeah, with how well it's still selling, I don't imagine it will go on too much of a sale.
This is a $60 game. Now it's an $85.
They might raise the price, actually. Yeah.
The expansion pack value has increased. And I was thinking about this. So you got this, you got the Happy Home Paradise, you'll see, plus N64 Online and Sega Genesis. I think, at this point, if you were going to get... Because how much is the solo? It's $50. The expansion pack is $25. And you're like, that's like $25 more, and then you get all this extra stuff with it. That's really what they're trying to do here. They're really trying to get people to move over to this expansion pack. But the fact that they could have really done the bad move. This wouldn't have made sense business-wise, but they could have just been like, it's exclusive to the expansion pack. But they're going to make a lot of money.
Would have been a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, they're going to make a lot of money off of the sale of the DLC. It looks like you can't buy them individually. It's just the whole pack. You get all 6 waves. And those waves are coming into from now through 2023.
Yeah. So we also no Mario Kart 9 for 2 years.
It's time to silence those rumors. Nintendo's like, we're done. We're not talking about Mario Kart 9 for at least another couple years. All right. That's a choice. That's a choice that you can make, Nintendo, and they did it. So, yeah, I'm very excited for this. I'm excited to see, will there be more besides the courses? Do you think we'll get some new characters?
I'm probably leaning towards not, because I feel like they would have teased something.
Maybe they're waiting. That's an E3
maybe
thing.
Maybe some minor extra DLC things. But who knows? It'd be cool if they added in some more characters.
Yeah, I agree. We're going to talk about it. We have a question in the community corner on who we'd like to see added. And I think that's going to be a good time. I am definitely picking this up. I'm getting it for free because I am an expansion pack holder already. I'm already a member of it's not the elite, the suckers, maybe is is what we're called. But I'm just excited at the prospect that they're going to be continuing to add value to the expansion pack. I was thinking about like, why didn't they add existing DLC? And I think that would have been a bad decision if they were like, okay, we're going to put in the Octo expansion for Splatoon 2 as part of the expansion pack, and we're also going to put in like the Breath of the Wild DLC as part of the expansion pack. I think we're just going to see DLC going forward.
Yeah, because I mean, so many people have already bought that DLC.
Exactly.
It's kind of like, oh, now we could have gotten it free, essentially.
Yeah, it would have been a slap to the face of those people. Mm-hmm.
If they already paid for the expansion, at least.
Reception for this is mixed, Micah. I think there are a lot of people that are very bummed that we're not just getting a full new game. The people that are not fans of Mario Kart 8 as an engine and wanted something new and different.
Yeah, but I mean, what's Mario Kart 9 going to change? That'd be so different.
It would probably change. It would probably change up like the meta, like which character and carts are the best, right? Maybe make that a little more balanced, and not so like, oh, you're always going to play with this character because of their weight class and this cart because it matches well with that. You know, everybody's playing.
I mean, if they really wanted to, they could like patch that and change things up.
True, they could. But I don't know. Like, I think that. What do you think of the graphics? That was something that's been pointed out, is that it doesn't look as like high definition. It looks a lot more cartoony.
I mean, it looks essentially the same to me. I'd have to have some like side by side comparison of some older and newer ones, but all these ones that I've seen,
I'd say
like
it definitely looks more
good.
It looks more cartoony, but it looks good. Yeah, agreed. It definitely looks more cartoony. I don't have a side by side ready to show to prove to you, but yeah, I've just seen stuff about that out there. Nah, I don't care. I don't care. It looks fine. I mean, we're playing Pokemon Legends Arceus. Do we really care about graphics? No.
I think of it as it's practically like Mario Kart 9, but cheaper and potentially free.
Yep.
If you already have the expansion, so.
Oh,
at least Mario Kart 9's worth of
because it sounds like you weren't getting it. Like that's what you made it sound like. So I'm just giving you grief. Yeah. So that's Mario Kart. That was Mario Kart news. Pretty exciting. I think that was a big ender to the show, but that wasn't the end, because then we got a nice flute solo.
Yeah, this not very well known like RPG kind of game. It looked like.
Okay,
I don't think I'd ever heard of it.
I was not the only. I can't be the only one who was psyched out by that. Like, is this a Fire Emblem game? That looks like a Fire Emblem character.
It does.
For the beginning shot, like that looks like this looks like a Fire Emblem game. And then it goes into the more sci-fi stuff, and I'm like, okay, well, this has to be Xenoblade, right? Xenoblade's more sci-fi fantasy. Sci fantasy? Is that a genre? I made it up just now. It might be. Yeah. Right here in the trailer, when it shows the giant Bionis mech guy is when I knew.
Yeah,
I'm not a Xenoblade guy.
100%.
Like that's a Xenoblade thing right there.
I mean, there are lots of games with giant mechs.
Yeah, but I mean, like that looks like the one from Smash Bros. You know, that one stage, the Gar planes.
That doesn't look at all like that one. He's got like claws. That guy has weird guns.
And look at this. I mean,
that sword, very much so.
It's the Monado, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, they showed a lot of there was showing off a lot of voice acting, some like, very British, like, I can't believe you're fighting for that side. I knew this would happen. Like just random one-liners that you're like, I don't know what's going on. And lots of flute playing, lots of looking at the sky. It's a Xenoblade game. It looks good. in my opinion, I think this game looks good. This looks better to me than Xenoblade 2. Micah and I have been very vocal about our opinions about Xenoblade 2 being a little too fan servicey, and this toned that down immensely. I mean, there were not prominent features on characters that were distracting from the rest of the trailer. We were looking at the scenery.
Very...
I wasn't okay. I'm just gonna end it there. I'm just gonna end it there.
Very politically worded, or however you want to describe that.
But it kind of looks like a blend of 1 and 2, doesn't it? Like art style wise, it has that anime aesthetic of 2, but more grounded style of 1. It didn't really show any battle gameplay. We're gonna see a lot more about this at E3. Well, there's not E3, so whatever that time frame direct is. Is that Travis Touchdown? Doesn't that look like the guy from No More Heroes in the shot for like the cover art? He's wearing a red jacket, has like the black hair.
I was like, literally all I remember of what he looks like is the red jacket and black
hair. Looks like it.
So
I'm probably the only one who's like, wait, what? I'm not even a No More Heroes fan. It took so long for the title card to come out and be like, this is Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Micah and I are so uninitiated into the series. We're like, this could be Xenoblade Chronicles X, like a port.
Yeah, right for the 3 popped up. I was like, man, we've been talking about how cool it is that this is Xenoblade 3, but what if it's actually just Xenoblade X?
Yeah, I mean, but I feel like they would have shown them in mechs way earlier in the trailer if it was.
But I just imagine like our audience. We got a lot of Xenoblade fans, so just giving us some well-deserved crap for that.
Okay, but here's the thing. I watched other people react to this. Roger's Base, who's a big React video YouTuber, he is a massive Xenoblade fan. He didn't know what this was off the bat. He said Fire Emblem at first. Okay, and so if the biggest fans in the world, he had a Monado in real life while watching. All right, if the biggest Xenoblade Chronicle fans in the world weren't quite sure right off the bat, we did pretty good. You and I did all right. Yeah, this looks good. This looks good. Maybe this will be the one, Micah. Maybe this will be where we jump in. But according to Frosticles over on Discord, he's like, absolutely not.
That's not allowed.
You can't start on 3. Yep. Xenoblade Chronicles 3. And there you have it, folks. That was the direct. And my goodness, so much stuff. This direct was incredible. I think this might be one of the greatest ones they have ever done. That's like a non-E3 direct.
Yeah, I just it came out of the blue kind of. I wasn't really expecting too much from this direct.
No, I wasn't either. I was like, what else could they talk about? And they had so many new announcements. A lot of ports and remasters of previous games, but big games like Portal, Live Alive.
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky is coming to the Switch. What? And then it had a big title for everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, there was something in here for everyone. If you say that this was a crap direct,
you're a crap human being.
Oh, got him. No. Just
I will say that I might think that a little bit.
Come absorb some of my hype because I have so much. There's enough to spare. Everybody can have it. Lean upon my hype. For Wii Sports alone, for Nintendo Switch Sports alone, I have enough hype to last any directs for the rest of the year. I screamed so loud.
I gotta admit, I'm not actually that hyped for Switch Sports.
I know you're not. I appreciate
I might not even get it.
That is absolutely not allowed. You have to buy that game. Micah, it's only $40, by the way.
It's only $40, you say?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Did
Yep.
they say that in the direct?
I don't know if they did, but if you go out and look, yeah, it's only $40. I think
Does that mean
physical,
it's
it may
30
be.
at Walmart?
Oh, maybe. Maybe even cheaper at Walmart. Yeah. No, I just think like you got to get this game. We got to play this online. Like the online aspect is what I'm most excited for, Micah.
Maybe I'll get it when you play through Thousand Year Door.
No, you're getting this at launch with me. I won't hear. I will not hear anything otherwise. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm buying Metroid Prime 4. I'm gonna be there with you. You're gonna be here with me. That's what pals do. All right.
Well, I've been waiting for you to be there with me with Thousand Year Door for like 15 years.
Okay. Well, that's not exactly fair. That game's way more expensive than Wii Sport. Nintendo Switch Sports is gonna be. Oh man. Yeah, LPD in chat. I did want to point this out. Micah was a couple seconds ahead in our reaction to this, and so when the Nintendo Switch Sports logo came on, he was just like, "Oh no," because he knew what was about to happen. And when it came on, I just lost it. Like I was so excited. I am so excited. I didn't think it was possible. I'll stop talking about Nintendo Switch Sports, but if you need someone hyped about Nintendo Switch Sports, I'm your guy. I am here for that game, and it's my it's gonna be my new favorite game.
Yeah, you're starting to sound like me talking up Wind Waker and bashing on Ocarina of Time.
But I'm not bashing on anything.
No, but it's the same level of you bring it up at every possible opportunity.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna bring it up at every possible opportunity. I have, like, if you go back and listen to the archives of Nintendo Palace podcast episodes, I mentioned this over and over. Like, when are we gonna get a sequel to Wii Sports? Half joking because I didn't think they would actually do it, and they actually did it. The mad lads. They did it. They did the thing. My blood pressure is raising just talking about it, Micah. What do I even... What, Need to relax a little bit here. So, there you have it, folks. The greatest direct of all time. Because it had my most anticipated game.
Even the original Breath of the Wild?
No, I mean,
like
E3 trailers, E3 directs are going to beat it out for sure. But the fact that it's comparable with an E3 direct, and we got it in the middle of February... kind of dropped randomly. I mean, they were like, "Hey, by the way, tomorrow, guys, we're going to be doing a presentation," and then for it to be
going to be your favorite,
loaded. Yeah, my goodness. What were your thoughts? What ranking do you give this direct? Give it a grade.
Very high. I would give it an A+.
Yeah, I'd say this is an S tier direct, low S tier.
I mean, it's not quite as good as some, like you said, E3 directs, but for a non-E3 direct, it was super good.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what else there's to say. Kirby. Yeah. Did you see Nintendo put out these like Valentine's cards that are like, They're Kirby and the Forgotten Land theme. They have him with the drill hat and says like, "I really dig you, Valentine."
I've not seen this.
Oh, it's pretty great. And that is the Nintendo news segment for this week's episode. Tell us what you guys thought about the Nintendo Direct. Were you as hyped for this as we were? Because Micah and I we don't often come out of it both agreeing that it was like top tier. You know, usually one of us really enjoys it and the other one likes it. You know, we're mostly positive on coming out of directs because I think here's the thing. Anybody who like didn't think I'm coming real talk here. Anybody who didn't think that this direct was a good direct, like that thinks it was bad overall, is coming in kind of selfishly, I'd say. You're coming in saying, like, looking for something really specific for just you. And you got to remember that this system is for 100+ million Switch owners. It's not going to be just for you. I'm sorry. So whatever direct you're imagining that you want, I don't know. I don't think it's coming. And just because it doesn't have Zelda or a mainline Mario doesn't make it a bad direct. If you're on Switch just for those, it's like, I mean, you got those, right? I don't know.
And it not having Zelda is practically one of the best parts because they didn't even mention Zelda, and we know we're going to be getting more news this year, and it was still just packed full of games.
Yes, and another point on there, the fact that they didn't mention it and that they didn't mention any Zelda leads me to believe that it's still coming this year, because they would have teased or done like here's Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD. Right? Like they would have done something like that. The fact that they haven't shown anything yet makes it seem like it's more likely we're getting it this year for sure. And they have not backed down on that 2022 date. They've had plenty of opportunity to at this point, and they haven't backed down on it. So
that, or they're gonna sometime soon say they got to start from scratch, restart development.
Don't put that evil on us, Micah. Don't do it. No.
I mean, I'd be so sad, but I would also laugh pretty hard if that was announced. Not in a completely sane sort of way of laughing. Probably as well, though.
You just want other people to suffer the way that you suffer.
Now you know true pain.
Oh, man. By the way, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, or 3? Xenoblade Chronicles 3, coming in September. When is Breath of the Wild going to be slated for? When's Bayonetta 3 going to be slated for? Splatoon. Like, this year's looking like it might be a little heavy. I mean, I went through our buddy over at Retrologic, Dan. He makes a nice little like template after all the directs. It's like mostly everything announced with like a logo. And so if you see someone with like, if you see cards and people are circling like, these are the things I'm going to buy, and Xing the things they're not going to buy, the template was probably by Dan. So shout out to him. He's a hero. Everybody's using that template. And I this is like one of the few directs where I come out and like most of the things are circled. Like, I want that. I want that. I want that too. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. You are also pretty excited, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Well,
I'm a little apprehensive about how I'm going to afford all these things.
Yes. We're excited. Our wallets are crying. Yeah, no, not good. Well, let's move to the last segment of our show, and we're going to be talking in the Community Corner. And in today's Community Corner, we got several questions. These are provided to us by community members like you, listener, listening to this podcast. If you want to send us a question, you can join up our Discord. Links to that are in the description of every podcast episode, as well as linked out on our social media accounts like Twitter. And you could also just tweet at us at Nintendo Pals, and we will see those questions and add them to the show. First one here comes from Discord. Frosticles asks, does the announcement of Xenoblade Chronicles 3 give you guys enough encouragement to actually go play one of the others? Feels a little attacked. I feel a little attacked here. What's your answer, Micah?
Probably not. It's definitely a game series I would like to try out, but at the same time, I just know it will be such a time commitment. I'm scared to get into it.
You and I were talking about this when we did our top 5 handhelds. You on handheld were very into RPGs.
Oh yeah,
you have
it
fallen
was like 4
off
of my 5 or something.
You've fallen far from the train of RPGs, though. You haven't really played too many.
Yeah, I mean, I did play Bug Fables recently, but before that, besides replaying Thousand Year Door, yeah, I hadn't really played one for a while.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe this is
Do you really like XCOM? RPG-ish.
Yeah. I have picked up and held in my hands Xenoblade is what I was about to say. Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition multiple times. And God, should I buy this? And haven't done it. Haven't committed. So maybe. It's a definite maybe from me. I think I might pull a Splatoon 3 though and just jump in on 3.
Not play the first two?
Yeah, I mean, they're both on Switch, but I kind of want to play.
Wait a second. Does this mean you're going to get Metroid Prime 4 and just start there?
Yes. Oh,
you're not going to replay 1, 2, and 3?
1,000%. Yes, I'm starting at 4.
What? How dare you?
I'm sorry. I don't have all the time in the world. What did you say about time commitment? And you want me to play an entire trilogy?
It's don't take that long. You could probably beat the entire trilogy before you beat Xenoblade 1.
Wow. Shots fired. Frosticles asked us a question.
That's not necessarily a bad thing for Xenoblade. It's just...
Never played Metroid on the NES? No, that's like the worst one.
Wow. Some people, you think you know them. And they turn out to be like a serial killer or something, or someone who's never played Metroid NES.
Yeah, so I'll keep my eye on Xenoblade 3. I'll keep my eye on it. I think with enough encouragement from the community, both Micah and I will cave to peer pressure.
I don't cave to peer pressure. Just
okay.
Put that out there,
then I won't either.
We'll see.
I stand behind Micah when it comes to these things. So if you really want someone to play it, you're going to have to convince Micah to do it.
I mean, I don't cave to peer pressure per se, but if you present valid and good arguments as to why I should buy it.
Or you subscribe to our Twitch channel so that we have funding to get those sorts of games.
That's true, yeah. If you convince 50 people to subscribe to our Twitch channel, we can both get it.
Ooh. Oh. Now we're just like asking for money. That's pretty shameless. But oh well,
it's an indirect way of asking for money. We're asking for
listen. What we're asking for here right now, I mean, for real, the growth of our podcast does lead to having more opportunities for games like this to come, because developers work with bigger podcasts and channels and give codes for these sorts of games. I would definitely review a game, like if given a review a game like Xenoblade Chronicles 3 for Nintendo Pals content. But on a personal choice, when all of these games are coming out, it's so hard for me to justify purchasing a game I'm not 100,000% in on, like Nintendo Switch Sports. Yeah, which I know some people are like, "Are you kidding me right now? You're so into Nintendo Switch Sports, but you're not going to play Xenoblade?" Yes, okay. I have my likes, you have your likes, right? Okay. Get off my back. All right.
I mean, I haven't even played Xenoblade, and I'm almost in the same boat with them.
I know you are.
We're so excited about this, and not
I just need you to just bear with me and be excited, or just don't hate on it. Don't pull an ocarina at a time.
I'm not hating on it. Okay. I'm just not as excited.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm hating.
Just pretend. Just enjoy my excitement.
I'm not hating on Switch Sports. I'm hating on your excitement levels for Switch Sports.
Wow, that's rude. This is where I was going with my earlier thought on Twitter, by the way, where I got totally sidetracked here. It's like all these people coming in that are looking for their specific game for just them. It's like when you come in with the attitude of you're here for the whole Switch community, get excited with everybody else. It's easy to do when you're a podcaster like we are, where we have a community of people, like that everybody's going to have someone in our community is going to be hyped for the Direct and for an announcement in the Direct. Like frontal assault, front assault.
It has
Front
front
mission?
in the name.
Front mission?
Mid mission? Mission
Front
front?
mission?
I don't
Front
remember.
mission? Neither of us knew what that
Front
was.
mission, yes.
But in our chat, there was hype for it. And it's like, that's great. So I am excited for everybody else. Even if it doesn't speak to me. My attitude has always been, if they don't have something nice to say about it, then I just don't say anything at all. I don't feel the need to put down other announcements because they weren't my cup of tea. Like, there's no need to do that.
Yeah, I'd be bashing on a lot of things if I did that, because I've been waiting a long time for Metroid Prime 4.
yeah. If you were only going for Metroid Prime 4, which you really are. I mean, if you go back and watch our reacts, it's like every other sentence from Mike is like, please be
it's
Metroid
something,
Prime 4.
Some kind of alien-looking planet, maybe slightly sci-fi-ish. You can see the hope in my eyes. And then something else happens, it just dies.
I just want it to come just for you. I want you to shed that one tear of joy. Let's continue on with the questions here. LPD asks, top 5 characters that you wished they announced for Mario Kart DLC or hope is part of a future Nintendo Kart. Do you want to give your list first?
Sure. I don't know if I actually have 5, but just like some easy ones. Star Fox / everyone in Star Fox. That's my 5.
Everyone
cool.
in Star Fox. That's a cop out because LPD suggested that. He was like, bonus points. That? He said bonus points if you say if 4 of them are the Star Fox.
Oh, that's right. He did say that. I forgot about that. But who's that? I mean, I had so many. Not so many, but I had like 2 others, and I can't think of them right now. I mean, F-Zero, Captain Falcon,
I think
Kirby.
You and I have very similar. Dang it, you have the exact same list as me. All right.
Samus Aran. And LPD says Ridley. Yeah, I'd throw in Ridley with Samus Aran. That'd be awesome. You don't even have a vehicle, just wings.
So my picks are
a bunch of Pikmin, says LPD. That would be actually really great.
Bring back Rob. R-O-B.
Whoa.
Rob. He was in Mario Kart DS. Was he on the Wii version? He was in the DS version for sure. I loved when he turned, his whole body turned, like, and he did the like shrugging thing while turning. So he's like dab driving, like. Whoop.
Yeah, I'll second Rob.
Yeah, so that would be a cool one to come back. Kirby, how has this not happened yet? That's my question. Kirby Air Ride, okay? Kirby Air Ride's a fantastic
the greatest
game.
Racing game ever made.
The best Kirby game. Forgotten Lands is giving it a run for its money, I think. But how is it? He just fits the style. Like just there would not be any questions about it. You'd just be like, oh yeah, I questioned Link's edition before Kirby, or Splatoon,
sure.
or Splatoon. You're like, what? Animal Crossing, I feel like fits the aesthetic of Mario characters, right? Like it just kind of has that like slightly cartoony art style to it. Yeah, so Kirby's like probably my top pick. I think Fox, a single character from Star Fox. I don't think we need to go too crazy here and get the entire crew. Although, which one do you put in? Probably Fox if you're going to put in one, but Slippy would be pretty great.
Yeah.
Slippy.
Or Falco, or Peppy. Yeah.
Of the 4, which one's the one to cut off? I think it's Peppy. He cuts himself out. He becomes the commander.
How dare
in
you?
Future games. Apologies for everybody listening to the audio. I've been coughing this whole time. I still have like a lingering cough from when I got sick. Like it hasn't gone away, even though I'm not sick anymore. Just cough. Wonder when that's going to go away. Hopefully soon. And then Captain Falcon. Why is this not a thing? They have his tracks in there, his car. Just put him in as well. We're not getting an F-Zero.
Just pretend Captain Falcon is in there.
We're just gonna put Captain Falcon, play 200cc. There's your F-Zero, people. Like that's as close as we're ever gonna get. So just do it, Nintendo. Just put him in. And then my final pick. I think we need a Pokemon trainer or Pikachu.
That seems weird to me.
I don't know. I can picture it.
Is Pikachu smart enough to drive a vehicle?
It's a Pokemon trainer with he has Pikachu on his shoulder.
Oh, I see.
That's what I picture more like a Pokemon trainer, a very generic one. It would be the exact art style and character from the Let's Go series.
I mean, they should just have it be a me with a Pikachu on your shoulder.
Machamp in chat. Oh, but
that would be great.
That would be amazing. Yeah, I think a Pikachu or Eevee on the shoulder. Maybe you can switch between a Pikachu and Eevee trainer and male and female trainers.
Yeah, I mean, if you had a Machamp, you could be driving and then also be throwing items at the same time.
Yeah. The animation. Okay, so the animation, driving. I can just picture the animation for Kirby using items would be he would eat them. Like, he has the mushroom, and if using a mushroom, he just like it does a and like sucks it in, and then the cart goes forward. Wouldn't do anything different than like an actual cart. Because a lot of people go like, oh, the cart could do this if it was this character. Mario Kart doesn't do that. Like the characters aren't like unique. They just all have unique animation. So yeah, that's my picks.
Was that 5?
Yeah. Kirby, Captain Falcon, Fox, Rob, and Pokemon Trainer.
Oh, Rob. Oh, okay, I forgot about Rob.
Rob. Bring back Rob. He had his
OPD has a good suggestion with
Ice Climbers. Ooh. Yeah.
Ice Climbers have a special place in my heart, and I don't know why.
I did see earlier someone in chat mentioned Fire Emblem. Let's bring in Ike. He karts with his friends.
Lots
I kart with my friends. Just every time he uses a mushroom, he's like, "Pray, Ether." Oh, that would be too great, too good. Thank you so much for
the Wii Fit Trainer.
Forgot about Wii Fit Trainer. What about Mii's? Oh wait, they're already in. Just kidding. Oh, Wii Fit Trainer would be very weird. That would be super funny. Like, but no, I'm not rallying for Wii Fit Trainer to be added to Mario Kart. I want these other 5 more. Thank you so much for the question, LPD. That's a fun one to discuss. Can you imagine the courses we'd get with all these characters we're introducing?
Yeah, the Ice Climbers Mountain. I don't know what it's actually called.
There already is like the Snowy Outpost. Remember that level? It has 2 tracks, green and yellow, and they just go through like an icy mountain.
I mean, that sounds exciting, but I don't particularly remember that.
You need to get Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, my guy. Like you got.
I already have Mario Kart 8 though.
Yeah, trade it in.
I don't need some deluxe version.
Oh, in chat, Drago for Mario Kart. Yeah, let's go. Why are we want Drago, Machamp? I think our chat is weirdly obsessed with very buff people being added to Mario Kart. Like the Incredible Hulk. Just add
Meowscles. That could kind of fit.
Meowscles.
Fortnite.
All right, next question comes from Monkey Thunder. Asks, other than graphics, what's the main thing you would change about Legends?
You got something good for this?
I do. I don't know if this counts. Because he says other than graphics. Do animations count as part of the graphics? I don't really think so. I'm not bothered by
kind of, but I'm curious what you have to say besides just the or animations.
I am not bothered by the graphics so much in Pokemon Legends Arceus. They could definitely be better. But I'm not bothered by it. But I am a little bit bothered by the lack of character animation. Everybody has very, very simple animation design to it. It's more than any other Pokemon game has ever had, but it's still not a lot. How many times this game cuts to black and something happens, and then it cuts back and everybody is in the pose that they need to be in is embarrassing. Like it's just downright not okay to have in your AAA
part
video game.
You're chasing, you have to like catch a Pichu essentially, some house. And it's like something ran past you with sparks and you don't see anything for it.
It's black
and
it's like a
what?
text box. That happens so much. The whole Mr. Mime chase, you get to him and then it's like fade to black. And he ran away. You couldn't animate Mr. Mime running away. They have run animations in the game. I think that one makes sense. Like just put the animation you have for him and just put that in. I don't get it. And then things like, I don't know, like all the human character animations are about as robotic and stiff as it can get. So I would improve that. Like, just get an animator, any animator, into Team.
I mean, there's some like relatively good like Pokemon behavioral animations and things.
Yeah,
but
that's where
like
all the budget went.
They just cut some corners, which, to be honest, I don't really mind. I don't necessarily need to see all that. If it's gonna like make them delay production another like 6 months, I don't care that much.
I don't know if I agree on that. I think I might be okay with waiting 6 months for that polish.
I mean, I'm not that far, but it seems like that generally happens with like the side requests, not so much with the main storyline.
No, in the main storyline.
Main storyline as well. Oh, okay.
There is a point. There's a point where one of the wardens climbs a cliff that is unclimbable. He finally does it. This is right after you get Braviary, the glider. So you glide to that point, and he climbs to that point, and he's like, "All right, I will now meet you down at the bottom." And he says something along the lines of like, "Don't attempt this. Only someone with my highly trained physique can perform such a task." And it cuts to black.
Yeah, teleporting, yo. You shouldn't try that.
Cuts to black and then doesn't show it, and then it cuts back and he's not there. It's like, okay. like it wouldn't have been that hard to even just show him jump off. Like, they have animations for rolling, just have him roll off.
He just dives off.
That would have been awesome.
Only a professional should do this. Just swan dives right off the cliff.
I feel like there's a lack there. There's some expressiveness in the characters that I think is really cool in this game. Like, anytime they have the shocked face.
Oh yeah, those are good.
That I really enjoy that. So that's probably the biggest thing I would change. If that doesn't count, if that falls too far into the graphics portion, then
I feel like that kind of would fall under like immersion as well, because it's kind of jarring and it takes you out of it. So I feel like that falls under a little more than just graphics.
Yeah, I would probably change it so that the areas are a little bit more connected, and that you could like travel between the areas, if that makes sense.
Can't you at least fast travel between them?
I don't believe you can fast travel from the different areas. You have to go back to town and then go out.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
I just unlocked the second place, so I haven't had any.
So I would think that, like, area 1 is right next to area 2. There should be a door in area 1 that leads into area 2, so you don't have to
definitely be nice.
Disrupt the flow of your what are they called, surveys, of your survey time, where you have to go back. I've had multiple times for parts of like side quests and things where I've come back to the professor and he's like, "You have caught 1 Pokemon. Care to report your findings?" Because you have to report your findings in order to go back to the town. And so that kind of kills the flow, I think.
Yeah. I guess I can see that's probably why they didn't allow that, because they, for some reason, didn't want reported findings from multiple regions
I could see
or
that.
areas.
Could see that. Yeah. I think. Oh my gosh! No. Okay, so the thing I want changed. Voice
Make
acting.
it longer.
Voice acting. And listen. Could we just get any noise? Anything?
Just
like
a
grunts?
chorus of children screaming
Like
whenever people talk.
Zelda Breath of the Wild has voice acting, but only for the cutscenes, right? For the major cutscenes. Everything else, you come up to the character, and like if you go up to the old man, he'll be like, "Oh." There is nothing like that. It is dead silence. It is dead silence all the time. And so it's time. Game Freak. It is time to put some sound effects on your characters, because Sword and Shield starts off with a monologue by the president of the company, and it is complete silence. I mean, audio listeners are like, "What is happening right now?" I'm just mouthing,
making
waving my arms,
embarrassing facial
and
movements.
it's just awkward. It again. You're right. It kills the immersion. It absolutely destroys the immersion. Luckily, there's not in the gameplay segments of this game, there's not a ton of dialogue, so you're not really interacting with too many characters. But I just wish they'd have something. I would like full voice acting for cutscenes for sure. But I would just take, grunts like most every other game has been doing for the past 15 years in their games. So, sorry. I rag on Game Freak a lot. I really like Pokemon Legends Arceus. I love this game. But there's more they can do.
Yeah, I feel like my biggest gripe actually has to do with side quests and things.
All right.
I think it's nice that they show you where you can gather new quests from. People have a little marker above their heads. But if I've completed all the requirements for a quest, I just need to talk to someone to turn it in, I think it would be nice if there's also a marker there for that.
Yes.
Because I'll do a bunch of quests and I run back to town and I had I don't remember who I have to talk to, so I have to cycle through my quests and
There's
be
so many.
This is the guy.
Yeah.
And just click through. So I mean that's all I need. If I have a quest that is done and I just need to talk to someone to turn it in, just show me where they are, just all the time.
Yeah. Fairbear in chat mentions the sound effects remind me of Breath of the Wild. There is some voice acting. The character, the main player character, sometimes makes noise when doing rolls. And I'm pretty sure it's just a straight copy paste of the Zelda sound effect. It's it sounds so similar, like the hup, hup, hup. So
that's just the universal.
But he doesn't do it all the.
He doesn't
do it all the time, but sometimes does. We have a lot of great suggestions here in chat. The amount of reading for a kid-friendly game is actually pretty bizarre. 100%. This game should, if it was voice acted, more kids would play it.
Or maybe this is just really good at teaching kids to read better.
The mini map, a mini map in the corner. Yes.
That, or I mean, you just accept you don't need to know where you're going.
That is how I play. I still have not figured out the button mapping for the map. I always click into the map, and then trying to close out of it, I zoom out instead of close it. Do you do this? Am I the only one that does this?
No, I don't zoom out instead of close it.
Yeah, so when you open up the map, it's the map of the area you're in, and I always hit, I think it's B, and that zooms out to the bigger map. And I'm like, oh, dang, you have to actually hit the map button again. I never remember to do that. I always just hit B instinctively because that closes everything in every other game.
You just B all the way out? I don't recall having troubles with maps,
think so.
But I would have thought it was the B button to get out. So now I'm second guessing myself.
I
tend to crouch instead of diving at times.
Yeah. The buttons are mapping is a little weird. Micah, you haven't gotten to this point yet, but this game has the most bonkers climbing mechanics. That is right. That is right. It is a mechanic. It is this. I don't think this is too spoilery here.
I'll be the judge of that.
It's you unlock a Pokemon that allows you to climb.
So many spoilers.
Well, like the Braviary glider and the what's the Stantler thing? Weirdier?
Wideer or Weirdier?
Weirdier. I say Weirdier.
That's the hardest Pokemon name to say.
Yeah, there's one for climbing. Which, why? It's so weird. It's so weird that's a thing. Because you can't climb up any incline in this game unless it's like
certain.
Yeah, like once you get to a certain slope, then your character like slowly steps up and then just can't go anymore. It's like, oh man. Yeah. It sounds like we don't like this game. We love this game.
I only mentioned one thing. You're the one that's been mentioning a bunch of things.
Yeah, it's not a perfect game, but the gameplay and the fun factor overcome all else.
Actually, I guess one thing that I take advantage of, but you can, if you hit a Pokemon from behind, they're suddenly unaware that you were there. There are times where a Pokemon sees me and I just run straight at it, like dive and roll behind it, and then throw my Pokemon straight at its back. And it's like, you caught Geodude unaware. It's like, nah, Geodude definitely knew I was here. I'm getting the advantage in this fight.
That's pretty great.
So I feel like that shouldn't be a thing, but I still do it all the time.
Last question, and then we'll wrap things up here. From Solo Something. What game and its DLC do you think will be added next into the value of NSO Expansion Pass as they build their own version of Game Pass?
So I had an answer for this before we started, and I don't remember what it was.
Pokemon Legends Arceus. Be cool DLC.
For sure.
Do you think they do? Yeah, they'll do paid DLC. They did for Sword and Shield. It's like... they're definitely going to do DLC for Arceus, and it would be
especially with how well it seems to be doing.
Yeah,
so even if they weren't planning on it, they might change their mind.
Splatoon 3 might get some DLC.
That was probably the one I was thinking of, actually.
A paid Octo expansion type thing, and I think that will come to NSO. And I do not think we will get full new games on NSO ever. I don't think they're going to do that with the service.
Maybe some Breath of the Wild 2
DLC
something in the future.
Heck yeah.
A little ways down the line.
Let's go. I'd be all for that.
Metroid Prime 4 will just be an expansion pack game, exclusive.
That would be cool.
I mean, I'd like that, but that'd be terrible for people that don't want the expansion pack.
Yeah, so that's what I think. I do think they'll continue to add more games to the N64 library. I think it'll be a slow trickle. They've already announced several more coming that, we're getting Majora's Mask sometime this month.
Yeah.
And then there's still a bunch more slated to come, and I think they're going to keep doing it one at a time, as unfortunate as that is. But I think it will go beyond what they showed. I think we'll see GoldenEye, Smash Bros.
Oh, is it GoldenEye, you think?
I think so.
That would be cool.
That's why this is so expensive. They're paying for all these licenses. GoldenEye was up there, and they're like, we want that, the cash cow of the N64. And then everybody's going to play it and be like, this is not as good as we remember.
Terrible. This is just like Ocarina of Time, not nearly as good as I remembered it being.
I won't say that. I refuse. I refuse because Ocarina of Time aged well, in my opinion.
It probably aged worse out of any 3D Zelda games.
I can't definitively say. I haven't played Twilight Princess in a while, but probably. Yeah. So hopefully that answers your question, Solo. Because
LPD has a good one, Mario Party. Gets some more characters or stages.
Oh yes, just a
I don't
like the roster for Mario Party Superstars is incredibly small. Super Mario Party has a massive roster by comparison. Why do they do this? Like, it makes no sense, because then you're like, they made a whole new game for this. This could have been DLC. And then Mario Kart, you're like, this is DLC. This could have been a whole new game. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a fine line you have to walk. Yeah, and then Fairbear said they don't know exactly what Breath of the Wild game will offer, but they hope they have DLC for that. I don't know if they said that before or after, or at the same time that I mentioned maybe a Breath of the Wild DLC, but I swear I didn't steal your answer. But yeah, I mean, I imagine that game will have some sort of DLC.
I agree.
And I'm hoping, since
I don't agree. I hope. I hope. We're gonna be getting Nintendo Switch Sports DLC. No, that's coming to everybody for free. I'm pretty sure. That would be so lame if that's tied to NSO. But I heard this on a podcast, and I'm on board with this. That would have been a cool one to include as a pack-in. That, as a full game, comes with the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. $50 for the expansion pack, and you get that $40
I definitely would have
game
played
for
it
free.
then.
You're definitely playing it anyways. Get out of here with that. I am making you buy this game. I hope you know. Like,
we'll see how it goes.
No. We're not going to see how it goes. You're getting this game. There's no option. I'm sorry.
Maybe when you play the original Metroid Prime trilogy.
No, I'm going to get Metroid Prime.
Because you can buy the trilogy for the Wii and play that on your Wii U for like $15 probably.
Yeah,
it actually might be really expensive.
It's actually not too expensive, if I recall correctly. Might be in the Selects, the Nintendo Selects.
Yeah,
other games. I'm trying to think what other games could be coming out that will have DLC, like substantial DLC. If we,
I think Mario and Rabbids will have DLC, but I highly doubt that would be part of their expansion.
Yeah, because it's a Ubisoft one.
Yeah.
It would be cool, but I don't know. Do you think like every DLC for a first-party game is going to be on this pack? It wouldn't surprise me, but they might not want to do that for everything.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I'm trying to think. Has there been some besides like Smash Bros, like semi-recently, new DLC that's been added that hasn't gone on? Seems like if it's not free, the major first-party things have been added to the expansion pack.
Yeah, I'm looking at all of the like top 10 right now. Mario Kart 8 is getting DLC. Animal Crossing got DLC. Smash Bros got DLC. Zelda got DLC. Sword and Shield got DLC. Mario Odyssey did not get any paid DLC. Every other game on this list got paid DLC, but Mario Odyssey and then Super Mario Party also didn't get paid DLC. They just got a free update with like, hey, here's online, and also a brand new Mario Party.
A new game.
Yeah.
This
I wonder if that was like
definitely isn't a test.
Do you think that was planned to be DLC then? Like, it's following the same monetization scheme where it's like, this is a top seller game, so let's give it more content. And then they're like, well, this is actually enough to be its own game, which is what happened with Breath of the Wild 2, right? Like, it was originally like they were building out more DLC, and they're like, no, this is actually enough to...
Yeah, this is too much.
Yeah. Let's go Pikachu, let's go Eevee. No. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. No. Ring Fit Adventure. No paid DLC, but it did get some pretty substantial updates. There you go. Let's get a paid DLC for Ring Fit Adventure. Yeah, heck yeah. I'll be all for that. But it just seems like they take their top selling games and they're like, let's make more for this. And that's cool. Yeah. Well, my God, this episode's gone very long. But we had a good time re-reviewing the Direct and talking about Nintendo Switch Sports mostly, but also talking about Mario Strikers. What's your most hype thing from the Direct? Is it Strikers?
Yeah, I think it's Strikers.
Yeah,
because there's some other games that I'm really hyped for, but I already knew about them.
I think Switch Sports, Strikers, and Mario Kart DLC. The Mario Kart DLC, honestly, for me was a huge hype deal, and was I'll probably get this, and then it ended up being a free thing for expansion pack owners, and I'm that is just so cool. I'm glad I'm part of the 20 people that aren't upset about that and purchased the expansion pack.
Yeah, if only I had the game, then I'd be a lot more excited about that.
It's you gotta get it, man. Well, thank you so much to everybody who submitted questions for the community corner, and to everybody who hung out with us live here for the Nintendo Pals podcast. Oh my goodness, that's so loud. As we close out the show here, I want to give a shout out and special thanks to our friend Roger Pollard for the intro and outro music that we use for Nintendo Pals. If you want to check out more of his work, links to his stuff are in the description of the show. Fantastic music. If you want to follow us on social medias, you can do that by checking us out on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch. We're in all those places. Links to all that are in the description of the podcast or the video, depending on where you're watching this. We have a brand new YouTube channel. It's been up for a little bit, called the Nintendo Pals VODs channel, where you can watch unedited versions of our streams, just going up there straight, and catch up on maybe some of the gameplay adventures that you missed. Is there anything I am missing here? I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, yes. Please, please, please go out and leave us a 5-star review. Again, you can do that on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, Audible, and Spotify. Guys, we really are cruising up there in the rankings in all of these apps, and it is thanks to your reviews. If you've left us a review already, huge thank you. Leave us another one. Go to a different platform and leave one again.
But allowed that is.
But
at least on the same platform.
No, not on the same platform. On a different platform. Go leave another 5-star review, because it helps us out so much. And if you haven't left us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or any of these other places, because you're one of the 80% of our listeners on Apple Podcasts that haven't left us a review, join the elite. Join the mega fans of Nintendo Pals. Join the mega pals. And help us take over the world, and help us speedrun our way up to 1,000 followers on Twitch and YouTube. And that's all I have to say. And with that, I'm gonna turn it over to you, Micah, for the closing remarks.
You're turning it over to me. Are you sure? It seemed like you really wanted to say something about something that happened. As a closing remark.
I don't. I can. I can.
I just really thought you seemed really excited to say something.
Yes. Oh, yes, I have something, and it's a good something. A very good closing remark. Hashtag justice for me's, y'all. We'll talk to y'all next week. Have a good night. Or morning or day or whatever time you listen to the show.
Have a good time.
Before I end today's episode, Micah, I just got a message on Discord from Patrick of the Nintendo Cartridge Society. And it says, "Congratulations on getting a new Wii Sports game. I know that's important to you." Shout out to you guys over at the Nintendo Cartridge Society, and we'll talk to y'all. We'll talk to all y'all Nintendo pals next week. Bye-bye.